Let's practice identifying development actions in a talent review meeting. In the talent review, first we're discussing Lee Granger. Lee has a low vacancy risk and low business impact if he were to leave, so that's good. He just started in the vice president role. He has strong interpersonal skills, he's good at project management and analysis, he has a strong work ethic, and he's dedicated to the company. He's highly respected and responsive to customers. His development areas are that he needs more visibility with senior leaders. He needs to increase appropriate assertiveness and demonstrate more confidence and leadership in meetings and when communicating with his teams. So the most important issue for Lee is to help him transition into his new VP role. If he doesn't increase his visibility, assertiveness, and confidence and ability to lead his teams, this could derail his success. Here are possible development actions and suggestions that you could make for Lee in the talent review meeting as a facilitator. Number one, we could provide Lee with an executive coach if budget allows, and/or provide Lee with an internal executive mentor. He could attend Toastmasters and/or attend a workshop on executive presentation skills, and then he could present his new vision to leaders and employees. He could also visit leaders at other company sites. Now we're discussing Mahar Patel. Mahar has a high vacancy risk and low impact to the business if he were to leave. He's a manager who's not currently meeting expectations. His strengths are strong computer skills, especially Excel analysis work, and strong background in the industry and knowledge. But he's not a team player. He doesn't collaborate effectively on projects and needs to increase employee coaching and development. Sometimes he misses deadlines, and turnover on his team was 60% last year. If you're discussing all leaders at a specific level and above in your talent reviews, sometimes there'll be a low performer to be discussed. This is one of the advantages of discussing all leaders in talent reviews because accountability is increased to address the issue, which often has been going on for some time. Here are possible development action suggestions you could make for Mahar in the talent review meeting. When it becomes clear that a performance issue needs to be addressed, I would ask the HR business partner in the room to schedule a meeting with Mahar's manager to identify what actions have already been taken and what's been documented, and to identify a performance improvement plan. I would not spend a lot of time in the talent review discussing anything else because the most important thing is to address the significant performance issues. Now we're discussing Sienna Mitchell. Sienna has a low vacancy risk and moderate business impact if she were to leave. Her job role was just expanded, so she's still being challenged in this role. She demonstrates a consistently positive communication style, and she has excellent interpersonal skills. She demonstrates strong corporate maturity and stays calm under stress, and she coaches her employees and develops them well. She just needs to learn project management skills to better be able to prioritize her projects and her workload level. She has a tendency to miss details. So Sienna's doing a good job. She's managing her team well, and she works well with others. She seems happy and engaged in her new expanded job role. She just needs to work on one skill that will really help her with her new expanded job role, the project and time management skills. Here are possible development action suggestions you could make for Sienna in the talent review meeting. First, ask if Sienna has already attended any training workshops on project management and/or time management skills. If not, ask the manager to ensure Sienna enrolls in the appropriate workshop and add a target completion date in the talent review notes. If Sienna has already received training on these topics and she still has these issues, determine if there are people on her team who have detail orientation strengths who could manage projects. Often, a manager who's missing details is trying to take on too much as part of their own workload, and they also need to learn to delegate and trust employees with more detailed tasks. Now we're discussing Louis Lepore. Louis has a moderate vacancy risk and moderate business impact if he were to leave. Louis is a director who's open to lateral career moves to expand his knowledge. He's very dependable with a strong work ethic. He's great at identifying process improvements to save time and money. He is detail-oriented and thorough in his work. He's great at solving problems, and his employees respect him and enjoy being on his team. He keeps them and everyone well informed. His development areas are that now he's a director, he needs to think more strategically to set the goals for his department. He also needs to enhance his formal presentation skills to better present his ideas and influence more cross-functionally in the organization. He also needs to increase his knowledge of our industry. Often managers who are great at managing are promoted to director, but they don't change to become more strategic leaders. And while they're experts in their own functional area, they need to learn more about the broader organizational strategy and other functions of the company. They need to be able to present their ideas more effectively and increase their ability to influence cross-functionally. Here are possible development actions you could suggest in the talent review meeting. A 360 feedback process would be a good first action item, especially if he's never received that kind of feedback or if it's been a while. A strategic thinking workshop might also be helpful, and/or working with a mentor in the organization who has a strength in strategic thinking. He could also go to an industry conference or local industry-centered group meetings to increase his industry knowledge and strategic thinking. He could go to Toastmasters and/or an executive presentation course to increase his ability to present his ideas with influence. He could also do a lateral career move and identify ways that will give him experience in different areas, such as job shadowing or visiting other sites. Just one more person to review. Our final person to discuss is Michelle Mayo. Now, Michelle has a high vacancy risk and high business impact if she were to leave. She's ready for a promotion to VP, or she could take a lateral director role to expand her knowledge. She negotiates well, she's great at sales, she demonstrates strong team building skills and works well with everyone. She always gets the job done. She's creative and strategic. She's hired and developed a great team of employees. She has strong financial acumen. She holds an MBA. But she's ready for a new challenge. Her high vacancy risk is due to her marketability and needing a new challenge. She's currently in a sales leadership role, but a lateral move into marketing might expand her skill set so she could ultimately and potentially lead both departments at the VP level. Michelle is a high potential leader, and the most important issue here is to retain her. She is a high vacancy risk with high business impact if she leaves. This is what I call a double red flag of talent loss risk. So the key question is, what's important to Michelle that will keep her engaged and retain her in her organization? Here are possible development action suggestions you could make for Michelle in the talent review meeting. As you're facilitating the talent review, check Michelle's answer on her career discussion sheet to the question, what actions can we take to retain you here, to find out what's important to her, and use that data to form a retention plan, which is the most important action here. And while we do want to retain her, we also have to make a plan to mitigate her high business impact if she were to leave. So review succession candidates for a position and discuss other ways to retain her knowledge, such as her key client information. And it won't be possible in the short talent review discussion to identify other challenging career path options for her, lateral or promotional. So identify 2 or more people in the room to meet after the talent review to discuss this. Another great action item is to ask if the CEO or other top leader can meet with Michelle and tell her how much she's valued in the organization. Making strong, positive connections with company leaders and feeling valued is important to Michelle. Great job. Well, remember, it's your job to ensure the most development actions and appropriate ones are discussed for each person reviewed in the talent review. You're also teaching the managers how to identify a variety of development and retention actions for employee. Over time, everyone's skill level will continue to improve, and the managers can start to take the lead to identify development actions.